Hi everybody, it's Christina. I wanted to film a YouTube video today where we're going to go through a Vinyasa flow where we're going to be going from the front to the back of the mat. This is going to be considered a very strong flow, so just get ready, maybe have a sweat towel or some water to have handy, and let's go ahead and start into a nice comfortable seated position. You can sit on a block like me, which allows you to tilt your pelvis forward in a more natural position with the knees down. Sit on the mat with the knees up if that feels good, or just extend the legs out in front of you. Once you get there, sit up nice and tall, shoulders in line with the hips, ears in line with the shoulders. Flip the palms face up or face down and connect the index finger and thumb if you'd like. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in, and just sigh it out. Deep breath in, sigh it out. Again, deep breath in, sigh it on out, and just come to the natural breath, noticing how the air is moving up and down, in and out of the lungs. And just feel how that fresh oxygen is starting to come into the bloodstream, how that prana is starting to come in, that energy. Maybe start to feel it tingle in the fingertips and the toes and at the top of the head. And just breathe here. Getting centered, getting grounded before we start the practice. And start to think what your personal intention is for your practice today, the reason why you're tuning in, why you rolled the mat out. Maybe it's self-love, self-care, health. Maybe it's for someone or something else. Whatever that is, think about that intention. Take a nice deep, deep breath in. Slowly exhale the breath all the way out. Then inhale the arms up overhead where the palms come together. Exhale, palms into heart center, bowing your head slightly. Thinking about that intention. And then I'll set the class intention today in Sanskrit. You can repeat after me if you'd like. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may our own words, thoughts, and actions contribute toward the happiness and freedom for all. Take a breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale, palms face down to the thighs, drop the chin into the chest, roll the shoulders back to where more in line with the hips. Just feel the spine and the neck, that cervical spine, that vertebrae opening up, and the muscles and tendons in the sides of the neck starting to elongate and stretch. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring that chin all the way up towards the ceiling, dropping the head in between the shoulders. Being mindful if you've ever had any neck injuries, just putting a little compression on the spine, opening up the throat. Take a breath in. Exhale, chin parallel with the mat, and begin to blink those eyes open. Let's start with a few head rolls. So chin comes down to the chest, right ear to the right shoulder, taking it all the way around, nice and slow. And keep going in this direction. If you need to pause and kind of rock it back and forth, go ahead and do that. Then continue the direction of the rotation. Just stretching from the top down. Start to make this the last rotation by bringing the head all the way around. When you get the chin to the chest, pause. Take a breath in and start going towards the left, all the way around. Nice and slow. Feeling that movement, feeling how the spine is flexing here. Notice how the muscles are stretching out. Maybe you get a little snap, crackle, pop. That's okay. Start to make this the last rotation. And once you get the chin down into the chest, I want you to pause. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the chin up, parallel with the mat. Okay, beautiful. If you're sitting on a block or a blanket, let's go ahead and remove that and place that to the side of the mat towards the front. And let's come into a hands and knees position. Kind of walk yourself back to where you're on that 3/4 spot. Knees are going to be underneath the hips, tuck the toes. Shoulders are going to be in line with the wrist. And then roll the center part, the bend, and the elbow towards that middle finger to where it's going to stabilize the joint. Pull the shoulders back. And take a deep breath in, drop that stomach, lift the chin up, coming into our cow. Exhale, chin into the chest, round, pull the belly in for a cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Round, think angry Halloween cat. Inhale, cow, drop that stomach more, lift the chin up more, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, chin into the chest for that cat, press away, round, round, round. And then come to a neutral spine here. Take the knees as wide as the mat, untuck the toes, bring them together, sinking the buttocks towards the heels, walking the arms out in front of you, palms are shoulder width apart, press into the mat to get the buttocks closer towards the heels, drop the head. For Balasana or Child's Pose, and roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, come up onto the hands and knees exactly where they are. Tuck the toes, bring the knees towards one another, send the chest towards the thighs, straighten the legs out, begin to lower the heels, and just start cycling through the legs here. Walking the dog for Adho Mukha Shavasana, or your downward dog position. Now think about the weight in the hands. It should be in the tips of the fingers, the bottom of the knuckle, the thumb and the webbing, to release that pressure on the wrist. And if any time if this bothers your wrist, you can either come down to your forearms or you can fold the mat to give yourself a little extra padding there underneath the hands. All right. From here, come up to the ball of the foot, press the chest closer towards the thighs, raising the buttocks higher up into the air, dropping the head here. Bend the knees, look in between the hands, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, walk the feet forward to the hands coming into that fold position. Bend the knees here if you need to, and try to get those hips more in line with the ankles by shifting the weight to the ball of the foot. Inhale to that halfway lift, hands position, pull the shoulders back, flatten the spine, lift the chin up, weights in the ball of the foot. Exhale back down to the fold. Interlace the fingers, steeple mudra, coming all the way up, hands pointing up to the sky. Pull the belly in, tuck the pelvis, and go back, back, back. Exhale all the way down into your forward fold. Inhale into a high plank position, get the shoulders right over the wrist. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, coming up into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal the feet, shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. Warming up the body here. And from here, you're going to inhale the left leg up, squaring the hip, pointing the toes down. Exhale the foot in between the hands, coming into a runner's lunge, back leg straight and strong. Left knees over, that ankle drag the feet together to feel the engagement in the legs, and inhale the arms up into your high lunge or crescent lunge. Exhale, the hands are going to come down, framing the foot. And then what I want you to do is to step the left foot back into a three-legged dog. Inhale, shifting forward into a high plank. Exhale, lowering into chaturanga, dropping that foot, inhaling into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedaling through the feet here. Breathing in and out. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale the foot in between the hands, coming into runner's lunge. Set up first, drag the heels together. Inhale the arms up for high lunge. Exhale, hands down. And then inhale the leg up into a three-legged dog. Exhale, shifting forward. And then go to chaturanga, drop that leg, come on up into upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedaling through the feet here, just warming up still. Ball the foot, send the chest towards the thighs, bend those knees, look in between the hands, take a deep breath in. Hop or step it forward as you exhale. Inhale into the half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, steeple mudra all the way up, point the fingers up, get tall, belly and tuck the pelvis, go back, back, back. Exhale the hands all the way down. Inhale, stepping it back into your high plank. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal through the feet, shaking the head yes and no. Breathing here. Inhale the left foot up, squaring the hips, pointing the toes down. Exhale, foot comes in between the hands. Pivot the right foot down into a 45-degree angle, and inhale, coming up into your warrior one. Exhale the hands down to frame the foot, and then walk the hands to the center, pivoting the left foot to where the toes are facing the long edge of the mat. Drop down into a wide-legged fold, grab elbow to elbow, and just rock from side to side. Release the hands down, and then pivot the left foot at 45 degrees. Right foot's going to point towards the back of the mat. Start to bend through that leg. Then come on up into your warrior one as you inhale. Exhale, the hands are going to come down. Pivot on the left foot, and you're going to send the right leg up into a three-legged dog. Inhale, shifting forward into your high plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Drop that foot, come on up into upward dog as you inhale. Exhale, down dog. Pedal through the feet, breathing in and out, in and out. All right, this time you're going to inhale the right leg up. Take that foot in between the hands, coming into runner's lunge. Drag the feet together. Inhale, arms up into high lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Then you're going to inhale that right foot up into a three-legged dog. Shift forward, coming down into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal through the feet, breathing in and out here. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale the foot in between the hands. Runner's lunge, drag the feet together. Inhale, arms up, high lunge. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal through the feet, shake the head yes and no. Bend the knees and the chest towards the thighs, look in between the hands, take a deep breath in. Exhale, step or hop it forward. Exhaling into your fold. Inhale, high, half lift. Exhale, coming down the fold. Inhale, steeple mudra all the way up. Pulling up, 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 belly and tuck the pelvis, go back, back, back. Exhale your hands into your heart center. Full inhalations, full exhalations. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way down to your fold. Inhale, step it back into high plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale the right leg up. Send the foot in between the hands. Anchor the back foot down at 90 degrees and come on up into your warrior two. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame the foot. Pivot on the back foot, coming back into that runner's lunge. Then walk the hands coming back to center, pivoting the toes to face towards the long edge, coming into a wide leg fold. Grab elbow to elbow, rock it side to side. Then bring the hands onto the mat. The right foot's going to stay where it is at 90 degrees. Left toes are facing towards the front of the mat. Bend those knees, walk the hands to frame the foot, then cartwheel up, coming into your warrior two. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, cartwheel those hands to frame the foot, pivot on the back, coming back into that runner's lunge. Then you're going to send the left leg up into a three-legged dog. Inhale, shifting forward into that high plank. Exhale, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, coming into your upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal through the feet, shaking the head yes and no. Breathing in and out. Inhale the left leg up, square the hip. Exhale, foot in between the hands, coming into runner's lunge. Drag those feet together to engage the muscles, and inhale, coming up into your high lunge. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to reach forward, reach, reach, reach. Stop when your chest is parallel with the ground, and inhale, coming back up into your high lunge. Exhale, reaching forward, reaching, reaching. Stop where the arms are parallel. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, reaching, reaching, reaching. Hands are going to go ahead and frame the foot. And you're going to inhale this left foot up into a three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedaling through the feet here, shaking the head yes and no. Breathing. Inhale, right leg up, square the hip. Exhale, foot in between the hands. Drag the feet together. Inhale, coming up into your high lunge. Rotate those pinkies in. Exhale, reaching forward, stopping when the arms are parallel. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, come on up. Go forward, reach, reach, reach. Hands are gonna frame down. Inhale, taking that right leg up into a three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal through the feet here, shaking the head yes and no. Come up to the ball of the foot, press the chest towards the thighs. Bend those knees, take a deep breath in. Look in between the hands, and as you exhale, hop or step it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, steeple mudra all the way up, pulling up, 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 belly in, tuck the pelvis, go back, back, back. Exhale your hands into your heart center. And just take a moment to breathe here. Full inhalations, full exhalations. Remember what your personal intention was that you set at the very beginning of your practice. Okay, here we go. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way down into your fold. Inhale, stepping it back into a high plank position. Take the shoulders in line with the wrist. Exhale, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. You know it's a push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal through the feet, shaking the head yes. Shaking it no. Breathing. All right, from here, what I'd like for you to do is take the feet as wide as the mat. Walk your hands back to where you get the heels on the ground. Hands are shoulder width apart. Firm into your right hand. Take the left hand up, and I want you to reach either for the inside of the ankle, the calf, or the hamstring. Pulling in here, squaring the hips out, pressing the chest closer towards the thighs. Turn the chest to look underneath the arm. I hope you had good deodorant on today, and just feeling that deep stretch of the hamstrings, pressing into the hand to get your chest closer towards your thighs. Take a breath in. Exhale, release that left hand back, and you're going to firm into the left. Right hand's going to come at reaching for that ankle, calf, or hamstring, squaring the hips, pulling in, then turning the chest to look underneath the left arm. Breathing in and out. Feel that deep stretch. In and out. One more deep breath in. Exhale. Take that right hand back where it was. And then what I want you to do is to start shifting forward and walking the feet back. Keep them wide so you're like in this wide-legged high plank position. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. And come on up into upward dog with wide legs. It's going to feel weird. Bend. Exhale, downward dog. Bring the feet back towards one another. Pedal through the feet, shaking the head yes. Shaking the head no. Bend the knees and the chest towards the thighs. Look in between the hands. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, can you hop yourself into a seated position? Ta-da! And just breathe. And then from here, all I want you to do, sit in a cross-legged position here. Take your right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand's going to come back behind you. Sit up tall. Look over that shoulder and anchor your sits bones into the mat. Breathing in and out. In and out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to turn to the other side now. Breathing in and out fully and completely. In and out. In and out. Beautiful. So from here, what I want you to do is to take the hands out in front of you, keeping the buttocks situated there on the mat evenly, and just walk on out. Maybe you get your forearms onto the ground, just feeling the stretch, and taking notice which leg is in front, because we're going to switch it out in a second. Keep pressing the palms into the ground so you can get the buttocks closer onto the ground here so we're not tilting forward. Take a breath in. As you exhale, walk it back up. And now we're going to switch the legs. So with your leg that's in the back, that's going to come in the front. Front's coming into the back, into the seated position. So get situated. I know it kind of feels weird because we always do it. It's like our default. It's how we're programmed. So you got to make ourselves do it the other way. So here we go. Hands come down. Walk on in, pressing the hands into the ground here, getting the buttocks anchored down and just feeling that stretch there. Full inhalations. Full exhalations. Take a breath in. And exhale, coming all the way back up. And now what we're going to do, we're actually going to work on cow face. So what I want you to do is just to bend your knees where the feet are flat on the ground. Take your left ankle and drag it through underneath that leg. Right leg's going to come on top. And you're going to squiggle the feet out to the sides. Maybe your knees stack, maybe they don't. It's just the way your anatomy is. Like my knees aren't stacked today. I'm tighter today. So you have a choice here. Some of you may already feel this and you're like, oh my gosh. The goal here is to get both of your booty cheeks on the ground. So if you're tilting up, maybe let off of the bind a little bit and try to get both buttocks on the ground. Your feet can be at straight line like mine, or maybe they're a little back behind you. That's okay. For some of you, placing your hands right behind your hips is all you need. And you're going to feel this big time. It's going to be in your IT bands. Okay, so the side muscles of the legs. Today, where I'm feeling this the most is actually in my left. So from here, you're holding here. Maybe you hold your feet, or maybe you do eagle arms. Right, I'm taking my right arm underneath my left, and I'm pulling up. And you can hold it like this, or you can even bow forward. But try to keep the buttocks on the ground. Full inhalations. Full exhalations. Breathing in and out. In and out. If you have the eagle arms, come on up, release the bind. And now what I'd like for you to do is I want you to put your hands and frame your top leg. Press the buttock down on the right, and you're feeling this deep twist right here. Full inhalations. Full exhalations. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to turn to the other side now. Pressing your hands into the mat, making sure both buttocks are down on the ground. Sitting up as tall as you can with this twist. And breathe. Full inhalations. Full exhalations. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, coming back to center. So I want you to rock back. Then you're going to take the right leg off first, followed by the left, or the bottom, and just kick them out. I know that's a big stretch. Then bend the knees again. And so this time you're going to take that right ankle out underneath. Left leg's going to cross on top, and I want you to start squiggling those feet out to the side. And so maybe your knees will stack, maybe they won't. Remember, I want you to get both your booty cheeks on the ground. So either you have your hands behind you, you're holding on to your feet, or you're going to take the left arm underneath the right, this time into eagle arms, pulling up, and then leaning forward, bowing. Full inhalations, full exhalations. Deep breath in and out. I know this can be extremely uncomfortable for some of you with your IT bands super tight in the hips. So that's why you gotta breathe. We always hold our breath when we're uncomfortable. So deep breath in and out. One more in. Exhale, come back up if you had the eagle's arms. Release those. And then we're gonna turn towards the right, framing that leg, pressing our hands into the mat to get both butt cheeks on the mat. Try to sit up tall, looking out in front of you and breathing. Deep breath in and out. In and out. One more deep breath here, guys. Exhale, coming back to center. So now we're going to turn the opposite way, framing the other foot, sitting up as tall as we can, feeling that deep twist, keeping the buttocks down on the mat. So it's a lot, right? And I'm asking you to breathe on top of that. It may feel super uncomfortable. You know, that's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable, but it shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't cause pain. So you ease off and you do what you need to do because you're in charge of your body. So deep breath in and out. In and out. Take another breath in. Exhale, go ahead and twist forward, rock back. Take the top leg off first, followed by the bottom, and just kind of kick it out. Then keeping your hands back behind where your hips are, the fingers are pointing towards the front of the mat. Take your feet as wide as the mat, and we're just going to windshield wiper the legs, going right to left, left to right. That should feel nice, right? Breathe. It's just that release. Okay. So then from here, let's go ahead and come up into a nice tabletop position. And then have your hands, I don't know, about 6 inches away from the front of the mat. And then step the feet back, coming into a high plank position. You're as straight as a board here. Spread the fingers apart. Dig the tips of the fingers, the bottom of the knuckle, the thumb, and the webbing in. Then push yourself into a downward dog. From here, what I want you to do is to inhale that right leg up. Exhale, bending the knee, bringing it into the chest. Tilting the leg towards the right tricep, then setting the leg down. Squiggling your left leg back because we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So look over your right and your left shoulder to make sure that your foot is nice and straight and it's not trying to escape. There should be no pressure in your front knee. And there is no way that your hip is touching the ground here. If your hip is trying to touch the ground, get a yoga block and place it under there to keep your hip square, or a blanket. Maybe you don't need that, that's okay. And I want you to come up, taking your arms to cactus to make sure that you're balanced. If you can do this, you're squared off to where you can go into the position. You can have your hands on the mat. You can use a block to make the ground closer to you. Or you can come down to your forearms or come into a full sleeping posture. And when you're here, I just want you to breathe. So you should have no pain in the front leg, but you're feeling a big stretch here in the glute of the bent leg, right? Breathing in and out, in and out. Now, if you want to take this even further within this pigeon posture, come up onto your hands, then take them out in a diagonal to frame the front knee. Then walk them out a little bit further and press into, like on the ground here, it's outside of the mat typically, to really get into that glute. Then come down to the forearms and you're looking straight out in front of you. You'll feel a big, big stretch in that glute and those hip rotators. And the one we're getting into right now is the piriformis. That's the one that pinches down on the sciatic nerve. Full inhalations and exhalations. Breathing in and out. All right, if you're doing the diagonal stretching, go ahead and come on up, and then the rest of you meet me up in the center with your hands pressed down into the mat. Tuck your left toes, raise that kneecap up, and you're going to send your right leg over into a three-legged dog. Straightening that leg out, bending the leg, straightening it, bending and straightening, bending and straightening. We're just doing that. Go ahead and put the foot down to get the blood flow back into the leg. So we're going to do the same thing. Left leg comes up, and then bend the knee, bring it into the chest. Knee comes towards that left tricep, set the leg down, squiggle back with the right, look over the shoulder, make sure the leg's nice and straight. Same thing, if you need to put a block underneath the hip to make sure it doesn't touch the ground or blanket, do that. Bring those arms to cactus, kind of go back and forth so that way you know that you're nice and straight. And you can come down either on the forearms, sleeping posture, doing what you want to do. Or you can, do that diagonal stretch where you're pressing onto the outside, framing that leg, pressing into that glute more, then coming down onto the forearms. Now, if your knee bothers you, that's on the leg that's extended, you can always firm into the top of the foot to lift the kneecap up. Or you can even tuck the toes to lift it up, or put a blanket underneath it. And just breathe fully and completely. In and out. We're really getting into that piriformis here. This is great if you've ever had sciatica. This is a great stretch to stretch that out so that muscle doesn't pinch onto that nerve, causing all that radiating pain that can go down the leg, up the side, sometimes even up into the shoulder. All right, take another deep breath here. As you exhale, come up onto your hands, walking back to center if you're at the diagonal. Tuck the right toes, and you're going to kick that left leg up into a three-legged dog. Here we go. Then you're going to bend the knee, straighten the leg, bend the knee, straighten the leg, bend the knee, straighten the leg. Press that foot down, downward dog, pedal on through. Then just shift forward into a high plank, coming down to your knees, and then just taking the legs out in front of you. I know, you're like, oh, we're getting to the mat, finally. So from here, what I want you to do is to bend the knees and hold your arms around them. We're going to work on a little bit of boat before we go into our final resting posture. So with boat, sit up tall. Take your shoulders back, and I want you to take your hands right behind your hips, about 6 inches or so. Sit up tall, puff the chest forward, and start to lean back, keeping the chest raised. So you're going to start to feel in your obliques, your core, that's going to start to work by doing this. You can hang out right here for Navasana or boat, or you can start to lift a leg up, maybe the other leg, and you just kind of go back and forth, because it's all about keeping the right form. It doesn't matter if you go into the full posture. So you may feel this in your core, and you're going like, oh my gosh, that's it for you then. Then maybe you want to raise the legs up, but you have to keep the chest lifted. Or you can even take the arms out, holding that here, or you can extend the legs up, but you have to be able to keep that straight line, right? Full breath in and out, in and out. Find something to focus on. 2 more breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Lower the feet down and just lean forward and wrap your arms around your knees. Just counteracting what we just did to the spine there by holding into that position to really lock the core in. Boat's tough when you're doing it right. And I usually teach my studio classes. It is insane how you see people shaking, because they've never really gone into the full version of it, and they realize just how much of a workout boat is. It's not just balancing on your sits bones. You're working your quads, your psoas muscles, your rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis, your back, all of those bands. Oh yeah. So take a breath in, exhale, and I'll scoot your buttocks a little bit closer in towards your heels, pulling back, and just roll back on your back and just kind of rock back and forth like this. This should feel nice. And then eventually stop rocking and just be on your back, hugging your knees into your chest and just rocking from side to side. For Vipassana, it should feel good, right? And then go ahead and release the legs down. Anchor your arms at a cactus. Take the feet as wide as the mat and just rock the legs back and forth. So we're doing some windshield wipering here. We're releasing the spine. We're just cooling down. Breathing fully and completely. I'm sorry if y'all are hearing my cat right now. She's looking out the window talking to a mockingbird. What can I say? We're at home, right? And then go ahead, stop windshield wipering the legs. Bring the knees back into the chest. Wrap your arms around them and just rock from side to side. Then stop rocking. Take your forehead to your knees, tucking yourself into a tight little ball. Release the head down first and extend the legs out one at a time, arms down by your side, coming into your Shavasana. Get comfortable here, breathing, connecting with the breath, thinking about Inhaling at the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. And just breathe. Full inhalations, full exhalations. I want you to think about what you've learned, during your practice today. You worked hard, but then you cooled down and you got a big stretch into the hips. And just think about from like an inner journey, that higher consciousness, that inner self. What did you learn about yourself? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just something to ponder while you're lying there in Shavasana. I want you to feel that you're getting very, very heavy. The weight starts at the ankles, goes up the calves, comes up through the hamstrings, the quads, the glutes, and up through the back, the shoulders, down the arms, the neck and the head, and it almost feels like something's pressing down on you. And then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, all that weight, all that pressure goes away. And then you feel weightless, you feel like you're just floating there. Keeping with your breath, feeling that deep relaxation, I'm going to strike this heart chakra bowl, and I want you to feel this green light that starts to radiate from your chest, and it's just about love and light, love and compassion for the heart chakra. Breathe and just enjoy the relaxation here in Shavasana. Don't check out, check in with yourself. Start to feel that you're floating back down as you exhale. Then start to wiggle in through your fingers and your toes, becoming aware of the body. Maybe raising the arms up overhead now to take a deep stretch, just like you woke up in the morning. Stretching deeply to the center, to the left, to the right. And then begin to bend the knees and just roll over to whatever side feels good to you today. And take a moment of pause there. Maybe you hug your knees into your chest like the fetal position, or maybe you're using your bottom arm as a pillow to cradle your head. Full breath in and out. Reflect on your practice. And then always remember to fill your hearts with peace, harmony, laughter, and love. Take a deep breath in. Hold that breath with your top arm and your top leg. Begin to press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Keep the eyes closed. Palms can be face up or down, or index finger and thumbs connected for that grounding mudra. Bring those shoulders in line with the hips, ears in line with the shoulders. It allows you to open up the rib cage to take a deeper breath in. Deep breath in and then sigh it out. Again, deep inhalation. Sigh it out. One more time, nice deep breath in. Sigh it out. And bring those palms together at heart center. Bow your head. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I would like to end practice on an Om. So let's take a nice deep breath in if you'd like to participate. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each of you, and I bow to you all with Namaste. I hope you had a great practice, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time. Bye.